turn around, I'm still winning. Regardless of feelings, I'm pursuing greatness, greatness, greatness. My destiny's greatness, greatness, greatness. I'm pursuing greatness, greatness, greatness. My destiny's greatness, greatness, greatness.
What is going on, good people? I'm pursuing greatness, greatness, greatness. My destiny's greatness, greatness. Hey, y'all like that? I'm telling you, it's going to get stuck in your head just like it got stuck in my head on today. Well, let me just go ahead and get it on out of the way. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to the Edge Energy Shot, the daily segment of the Relatively Unknown podcast. You know who it is. It is your guy, Philip Edge, and I am here each and every day to provide you with practical tips and strategies to help you move from self-doubt to self-assurance, to become a better leader and create higher net worth through greater self-worth. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing how overcoming limiting beliefs and the self-imposed barriers that prevent us from achieving our goals and living our best life are horrible. And we got to break out of that mindset, right? Today, we're going to explore limiting beliefs. We're going to talk about what they are, how they hold us back, and I'm going to give you 5 practical tips. 5 real tips, 5 things that you can actually grab a hold of today and utilize as you go throughout your day today. Like it's real. Like I'm going to give it to you today. So by the end of today's episode, you're going to be able to take these tools, use these tools, and break through those limiting beliefs that are stopping you from achieving your potential. So I'm hoping that that is a good thing. I'm hoping that you are excited about that, because if you can't tell, your boy is super, super excited about that. But listen, I can't go any further until we get you believing right. Let me say it again. I can't go any further until I get you believing right. I got 5 simple affirmations that I just want you to work with me on today. I'm going to say them. I want you to say them back. If you need to write them down, I need you to write them down. But there's something that happens when we open our mouth and begin speaking out into the atmosphere what the day is going to be, right? There's something that happens when we start telling our day what it's going to look like, as opposed to our day telling us what it's going to look like. So here they are. Here are 5 simple affirmations. The first one says this. It says, I am capable. And you got to be able to say it, right? So wherever you are, you say, I am capable. What are you capable of? I am capable of learning and growing, right? And I embrace challenges as opportunities for development. Let me say it again. I am capable of learning and growing, and I embrace challenges as opportunities for development. We got to start believing right, y'all. We got to believe right. Number 2, let me give you the second affirmation. I am open to new experiences and ideas, and I view mistakes as a stepping stone towards success. Let me say it again. I am open to new experiences and ideas, and I view mistakes as a stepping stone towards success. Listen, I told you we got to believe right. We got to believe right. Here's number 3. I believe in my ability to improve and succeed, and I am willing to put in the effort and the hard work to make it happen. You can't just throw it out there and expect it to happen. It's not going to fall from the sky for you, right? So say it with me. I believe in my ability to improve and succeed, and I'm willing to put in the effort and the hard work that it takes to make it happen. That's number 3. Number 4, here we go. I am not limited by my past or present circumstances. Oh, I felt that one in my shana now right there. Yeah, I felt that one all up in my shana now. I am not limited by my past or my present circumstances. Watch this. And I trust in my potential for growth and change. And I trust in my potential for growth and change. Why? Because you're not limited. You're not limited by your past. Your past is exactly that. It's past. You don't need to even cross that path anymore, right? And your present is just that. It's the gift that you have been given as the stepping stone to walk into your future. So know and understand that you got to trust in your potential and your future. You got to trust in it today. Number 5, here it is. Number five. I approach every situation with a positive and curious mindset, always seeking to learn and grow from my experiences. Let me say it again for you. I approach every situation with a positive and curious mindset, always seeking to learn and to grow from my experiences. That is what we are talking about today. We got to break the cycle of our limiting mindsets. We got to get past and get through that thing that is holding you back. You know, there is one thing that is holding you back, right? You do know this, right? I'm telling you right now, it's not a whole bunch of things. There is one thing that is holding you back. That's it. And if we can just work with the one thing and get through the one thing that is holding us back, life as you know it can be different. Now listen, before I jump into this, let me just keep it all the way a buck with you. 2 weeks ago, man, 2 weekends ago, my wife, Carrie, many of y'all know her. You've seen her on the podcast and whatnot, right? My wife, Carrie, she took the grandkids out to this place called Tractor Supply. Over at Tractor Supply, they had like a chicken day or something where the kids go and they check out the chickens, right? So she told me that she was taking the grandkids out. They were going to check out the chickens. Now, that's kind of interesting. She said, do you want to go? I said, nah, you do your thing. You know, I'm just being honest. You know, I ain't much of a, old McDonald type dude, right? So I was like, y'all go ahead and do your thing, right? So they go. My daughter goes with her son, right? My wife goes. She takes both of the grandkids. So they're there doing their thing at Tractor Supply. Well, I get home, or they get home, and I hear this tweet, 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 tweet. And I was like, what is the tweet, tweet? What is going on? What is going on? Well, I go out there, and for whatever reason, my daughter thought it was a great idea to purchase not chickens, y'all, but ducks. My daughter purchased 2 ducks, right? One for each of the grandchildren, and they got all the stuff to really raise the ducks. And now mind you, I'm literally sitting there saying, ducks ain't supposed to be at the house, and we don't got no water nowhere for these ducks. Like, what in the world are we doing with these ducks? And literally, my wife, she looked at me and she said, you didn't expect to become Old McDonald, did you? And I'm telling y'all right now, no, I did not expect to become Old McDonald. So now your boy got a Frenchie and 2 ducks. How does that even work? How does that even work? But it made me stop and think about this quick little story about farm animals, right? There's a cow, a horse, and literally a little chicken. And they had all heard about this big race that was happening in a town nearby them. And the winner was going to get a year's worth of food and supplies. So check it out. The cow and the horse, they were feeling pretty confident about themselves. They had always been, the biggest and the strongest animals on the farm. So they had this idea in the mind that the race was going to be a piece of cake. But there was this little chicken, right? And the chicken wasn't feeling so sure. The chicken, she had always been, kind of weak, kind of frail, kind of a little small, couldn't really do anything. But check this out. The chicken decided to enter the race anyway. So watch this. On race day, right? Race day comes. The cow and the horse, the boom, as the gun sounds off, the cow and the horse, they take off like a shot. They're running as fast as they can. And the little bitty old chicken is just lagging behind. Now here's the thing. The cow and the chicken, they start getting tired during the race. Their legs are burning, kind of like my legs would be burning after anything longer than 100 yards, right? They start gasping for breath. But the little chicken, she just keep on going. She just keep on running. Watch this. She's not even concerned with the cow or the horse because she's not running their race. The little chicken is just concerned with running her race. But she's determined to win that race, right? She's not determined to win the race. She's determined to win that race, her race. She ain't worried about nobody else. And you know what happened throughout the story? She wound up doing just that. Not only did she win her race, but she crossed the finish line first. Why? Because the cow and the horse, they gave up, right? The cow and the horse gave up before they got to the finish line, right? The cow and the horse were trying to beat each other so much that they forgot that they weren't trying to win a big race. There was a little race that was going on. Now here's a lesson for you, family. Here's a lesson. Sometimes we can get caught up right? And what we think that we're good at. Sometimes we can get caught up, right, in what other people are telling us that we're good at. And we forget to just believe in ourselves and to just run our race and not worry about anybody else. So the cow and the horsey, they thought that they were unbeatable because of their size and their strength. But the little chicken, watch this, she believed in herself. And that's what gave her the edge to win. She believed in herself and she recognized that the only competition that was out there was herself. And the only one that could stop her from winning was her. So listen, family, I want you to remember this. Don't let anyone else's opinion of you, right, stop you, or even your opinion of yourself stop you or hold you back from going out and achieving greatness. You got to believe in you. Let me say it again. You got to believe in you. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. You got to believe in you, because when you do that, listen, you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. Now, what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with today? What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked, because today I want to tell you the one thing that's stopping you and holding you back. And that thing right now is you and your limiting beliefs. It's you and the things that you are believing about yourself, about your situation, about your opportunities, right? We call those things limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is a state of mind or a belief about yourself that restricts you in some way, right? These beliefs are often false accusations that you make about yourself that can create a number of negative results, right? They're false accusations that you're making about you. Listen, they are not even real. But for whatever reason, we believe them about ourselves. Let me give you a couple of them, right? We say things like, you know what? I'm just not good enough. Says who? Right? Says who? Who says that you're not good enough, right? Well, I'm not good at managing this project. I don't have the skill set. I don't have the tools. Says who, right? You got something. You got a brain, right? You can learn, right? So who is stopping you? Nobody. You're the only one stopping you. We say things like, well, I'm too old for this, or I'm too young for this. Says who? And since when was age an indicator of whether you can be successful or not, right? You got to get in the game and play. Well, I don't have enough time. Let's reframe that, right? You're not making enough time. You got plenty of time. You do have plenty of time. You know that, right? You have plenty of time. The problem is you're not making time, because we always find time for those things that are important. I'm not smart enough. Says who? Who said that you're not smart enough? I don't have enough experience. Says who? What experience is really needed anyways, right? I'll never be successful. Well, you've been successful in the past, right? Let me give you one thing that you're successful at every single day. You ready? You ready? Waking up. Yep. Every single day you wake up. You do. You woke up today. Some of y'all are watching this podcast right now. You woke up. You went to bed mad, frustrated, right? Some of us are even in places of depression, right? But you woke up today, and you know every day that you wake up, it's another gift to you that says, I'm giving you an opportunity to go forward and succeed at something great today. That's what your wake-up call is giving you today. It's giving you the opportunity to go succeed at something great today. So I'm challenging you, even right now. What are you going to go succeed at? That is great, right? What are you going to succeed at? All right. So let me go ahead and say this. Some of y'all right now, you're like, okay, Philip, I'm going to go out. I want to do something great, but you know what? I just don't have the money to do it. All right. Well, let's find it. Let's find the money to do it. Right. I mean, don't go to McDonald's today. Don't go to McDonald's this week. Stop going to Starbucks and getting expensive coffee, right? We can find the money, right? Have a yard sale. We can find the money, right? If you really want to do it, we can find it. So all I'm telling you is this. We have to watch the things that we are saying. We have to watch the things that we are saying, because these type of beliefs, many times they are rooted and come from a place of fear. We all got it. We all got fear that tries to creep up sometimes, right? So the goal for us then is to learn how to identify and then combat those limiting beliefs when they come up, when they show up. How do we speak to those things and tell them, nope, 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 I'm not accepting that today, right? Limiting beliefs, they're going to show up. Some of y'all are having them right now, but you got to be able to speak to that and say, nope. Nope, not today. I'm not accepting that today, right? You might even be tempted to tell yourself that you're not good enough. You don't have enough. You're not worthy, right? You might be tempted to tell yourself that, but we got to be able to say when those things come up, no, I'm not even believing that. Because you have the ability to shift it, right? What's the trick, Philip? I'm glad you asked. The trick is, number one, to be able to recognize the limiting belief as it shows up. And once it shows up, you have to be able to recognize it and reframe it. Let me say it again. You have to be able to recognize it and reframe it. So let me give you 5 tips to help you get started to overcoming these limiting beliefs that come up. I hope this is good for you. I hope that you're getting your mind going, man, because I am feeling good right now. I am feeling good. Here we go. Number one. I told you, you got to recognize and reframe, right? So the first tip, you got to be able to identify those limiting beliefs when they come up, right? The first step is always identification, right? Being able to put a name on something. If you can identify it, you can shift it and change it, right? It's kind of like when you're driving in a car and you get lost somewhere. If you can recognize where you are, then you can also recognize how to shift and move from where you are to where you need to be. So we have to be able to feel and know that those limiting beliefs are starting to rise up inside of our lives. And when they do, recognize it and ask ourselves the question, hold on, where am I at right now? What is going on? Why is this coming up? Why is this coming up? And now reframe it. Reframe that thing and then keep it moving. So the first thing we got to do is to be able to recognize it, identify the limiting belief. The second thing, I hope you're ready. The second thing, you got to be able to challenge that limiting belief once you've identified it. This is how you challenge the limiting belief. You ask yourself the question, where did that come from? And why do I believe that? I'm not good enough. Who said that? And why do I believe that? Is that really true about me? I'm telling you right now, with these limiting beliefs, the answer is 9 times out of 10 is going to be no. It's not true. And in fact, the only person who's telling you this is you. And the only person who you have to believe about is you. So if you're telling this and your mind is starting to speak to you, you have to begin speaking back to your mind. That's why this morning, even before we got started, we started speaking positive affirmations, because we can change the environment of any situation that we're in just by simply us opening up our mouth and communicating the right thing about life, right? So we have to challenge the limiting belief, right? The number 3 thing, I already shared it with you. You got to reframe it. You got to reframe it. You got to be able to say something like, you know what? I can't do this. No. Hold on. No, I am capable of achieving my goals, right? I just reframe. I can't do it. I can't. Yes, you can. And you got to tell yourself, no, I am capable of doing it. In fact, that's why I woke up today. I woke up with capability all rolling through my veins. So I have the ability and I can do it. You have to begin speaking real good to yourself. I told you, speak like you believe. You got to speak like you believe, because if we start believing right, we can start seeing right. We got to start believing right. Number four, you got to visualize success. You got to visualize success. You got to see yourself succeeding. You got to see yourself doing the doggone thing. I remember, some of y'all know I played college football, right? So I remember the night before the game, we'd be staying at the hotel or something like that. And every night before the game, I literally have a dream, right? I get my MLK on. I got a dream that tomorrow I'm going to be scoring touchdowns and I'm going to juke somebody out of their ankles, right? And somebody's going to come to me and I'm going to shake them this way and shake them that way. I got a dream. Now, here's the crazy thing. More often than not, the thing that I saw in my head, it happened the next day. Well, why did it happen the next day? Because I saw myself succeeding, right? I saw myself succeeding. Literally, I have right now things that I want to succeed at and accomplish. I got them written down. There's something that's next level, right? You can have them in your mind, but there's something next level about being able to write them down. Listen, I want to challenge you, right? After you get off this call today, after you get off this today, I want you to go write down, what do you want to happen today? What do you want to see happen today? Don't just think about it. You got to write it down. There's something powerful that happens when we can actually write it down and you can see it on paper. Then check this out. Once you do it, go cross that thing off. Cross it off the list. Cross it off the list. And if you have multiple things on the list, once you cross one off the list, momentum is going to pick up and you're going to go cross one off, cross another one off. And finally, at the end of the day, you're going to feel so good. Because you're like, you know what? I accomplished that which I set out to accomplish, and it's going to give you momentum to set you up for tomorrow. That's how this thing works. But you got to start by being able to visualize and see yourself succeeding. Last one, number five. You got to take action. You got to do something. You got to do something towards your goals, right? Find you an accountability partner. Tell them the goals. Tell somebody what you're trying to do, right? This is why, like when you're working out and things like that, that's why it's so important to have an accountability partner, somebody who knows what you're trying to do so they can hold you accountable to it. You got to get some people around you. You got to get a community of people around you who are going to hold you accountable to that what you said that you're going to do. So that even when you don't feel like taking action, guess what? You can take action. Taking action is going to be the thing that is going to propel you to take action again. Now, here's the thing, and I say it all the time, get you a couple little victories. Get you a couple of things that you're crossing off the list. Because when you do that, that's how momentum picks up. That's how you kill that limiting belief, and that's how you replace it with a belief of success, right? You can do this. I'm believing that you can do it. So let me give you the tips again. Number one, you got to identify the limiting belief. Number two, you have to challenge the limiting belief. Why am I thinking like this? Number three, you got to reframe that limiting belief that comes up, right? You got to reframe it. I'm not able to do it. Yes, I am able to do it. Number four, you got to visualize yourself succeeding in that area. What does it look like? How do I do it, right? See yourself succeeding. And number five, take action. You got to go take action. You have to be an action taker. I need you, my friends, I need you to be action takers today. If you can be an action taker, you can be like the little chicken who believed in themselves. And even though the cow and the horse had all the physical tools to do it, they didn't have the mindset to get them through it. Oh, hallelujah. You got to catch that. They had the mindset to do it, but they didn't have the mindset to take them all the way through it. You have to have the mindset today to go forward and to make it happen. I'm believing that you can. I hope that you are with me, and I hope that you believe that you can. In the comments box right now, if you are believing that you can do it, if you're believing that you can, I want you to go ahead in the comments box, give me a number one, give me a number one, give me a number one, give me a number one. Oh, they're coming now. Oh, I see them coming now. Yes, I believe in you as well. Don't believe the hype of what your mind is trying to tell you. Don't believe the hype of what your brain is trying to tell you. Let's believe that we can do it, because if you believe that you can do it, you will. So, with that being said, my friends, I will just say thank you for listening to the Edge Energy Shot today. It is my hope that this episode was helpful for you. And if it was, do me a favor, go and share this out with somebody. Don't hoard this and hog it for yourself. Somebody else needs some of this goodness gracious in their lives, right? They need it. So go ahead, share it out. Until next time, my friends, I need you to stay energized and I need you to stay focused. You got Philip Edge. We out.
They don't know everything that I have that's within me is all that I need with my God by my side. How every time they turn around, I'm still winning. Regardless of feelings, I'm pursuing greatness, greatness, greatness. My destiny's greatness, greatness, greatness. I'm pursuing greatness, greatness, greatness. My destiny's greatness, greatness, greatness.